Hello, welcome to this video. Today we're going to draw a watercolor painting of a wooden cafe. But let's not just make a simple painting. Let's create a story out of this cafe. This is a wooden cafe nestled somewhere between a bend and a myriad of old streets, possibly far away. A place where the scent of coffee and wood are entwined with the rain in the air, giving misty windows. There are wooden chairs and a door that chimes with a small bell every time it opens. The owner of this cafe is an old man named Mr. Watson. He is one of those people who always carries a small notebook in his pocket full of notes that are either stories or poems. It's unclear. Perhaps they are the memories of the customers. It's said that whoever savors a cup of coffee here will leave a trace of their life story in that notebook. One rainy day, a girl with a red umbrella walks in, a girl whose name is unknown to everyone, but they all call her the Traveler. Each time she visits, she orders a cup of cinnamon tea, sits by the window and watches the raindrops carefully. No one knows who or what she is waiting for. In another corner, Mr. Sorabi, a weary writer, always takes a seat at his table. He believes that in order to write, he must hear the sound of life. That's why he chose this cafe. He has his own special table. But for weeks, he's just stared at his blank notebook. Maybe because his story hasn't entered this cafe yet. At Cafe Anna, a barista crafts unique drinks for each customer. She seems to read faces to match flavors to moods. She says coffee isn't just a drink, it's a memory. Every day, a new story unfolds in this cafe. Sometimes it's a couple's first meeting or a musician by the window humming old tunes. But among these tales, there's a hidden secret. A secret only Mr. Watson knows. His notebook's full of moments others forget. Maybe one day, one of those moments will become the cafe's greatest story. That's the tale of this wooden cafe, where people enter with stories and leave with memories. This cafe is always like a canvas. Each morning, sunlight paints its frosted windows, and at night, warm lights twinkle like golden stars on the street. Every corner of the cafe has its own story, from soft wall shadows to wooden chairs that hold whispers of days gone by. He often tells customers the windows here are magical. Look closely and you'll see past and present side by side. Perhaps that's why weary travelers always sit by these windows, as if waiting to glimpse their memories in the glass's reflection. Entering, you're greeted by the scent of rain-soaked wood and fresh coffee. A blend that's just, everyone calls it the fragrance of memories. A scent this cafe revives, often lost in life's hustle. Mr. Watson says it's like old letters, making you want to breathe deeper. Every nook here is thoughtfully and lovingly arranged. From worn bookshelves to cups, each seeming to have its own story. Finding it is like a painting, taking on new colors each day, Mr. Watson always says this cafe should have sound, but not from crowds. Instead, the wordless music of life. A spoon gently stirring tea, soft whispers of a first date, fleeting laughter fading away, and even the silence settling at a tired writer's table. An old orchestra plays here daily, but no one conducts it. Listen closely, you might hear Mr. Watson's small notebook pages turning. That same notebook recording all these moments within. Sunlight filters through cream curtains, painting patterns on tables. Mr. Watson believes even the shadows here have stories. He says, "Each morning I first look at the wall shadows. It's as if they're conversing. The shadow of a woman always sitting by the window, a chair's shadow waiting, or even the story's shadow." He loves sketching invisible patterns on the china cups. He follows the shadows, believing they hold secrets that the lights can't reveal. Right in front of the cafe, there's a wooden table that Mr. Watson calls the story table. According to him, everyone sitting there has a story in their heart. Sometimes when a new customer sits on that chair, they start sharing memories that have remained in their hearts for years, but always without anyone knowing. And he writes a few sentences of those stories in his small notebook. Maybe one day all these sentences will become a book that I'll name The Wooden Cafe, Home of Lost Stories. The small bell at the entrance chimes softly with each gentle breeze. It's as if it's saying welcome on its own. Tall windows with wooden frames, slightly faded over time, yet they retain their warmth. Sunlight filters through cream curtains, casting intricate shadows on the floor. The aroma of fresh coffee and warm bread from the kitchen fills the air. Mr. Watson. He always says this isn't just a cafe, but a home for untold stories. He believes every piece of furniture here holds secrets within. Like the window table, a nameless writer's haven, or the chair of a silent old man. Warm lights and stained glass transform the cafe into a painting at night. A bookshelf stands nearby, open for all to read, share, or add to. Mr. Watson smiles. Each book is a memento from another traveler. When it rains, droplets create a rhythm on the cafe's awning. The sound makes everyone pause and reflect. Some wrap their fingers around their cups. Others jot notes in small notebooks. A few gaze, lost in memories rising with the steam. Watson's Cafe, where time slows down. A place where, if you listen closely, you might hear tales of chairs, shadows, and passers-by, perhaps adding your own story someday. Here all stories converge, like colors coming alive on this painting and paper. I hope you enjoyed this imaginary cafe journey. Now, if you were to add to this cafe story, what would you write? Tell me in the comments.